Hey everyone, I'm kind of pissed off at myself for being really late with this video because everyone else has already talked about it, so I just feel like kind of like awkward coming to this now. But regardless, this is one of those things where like no matter how much time has passed, the idea of EDP being caught by Gideon for being a groomer again will always be weird. Most groomers, when they get caught, they end up in two ways. They get arrested and they have to serve like actual jail time where people like forget about them because of course you can't like record content in prison. Or two, they leave the internet with the amount of backlash they're getting to your point like they can't really do anything without getting people like getting aggressive towards them. But either way, they both lead to the same outcome where they fall off for being popular and they lose a fan base, effectively like ending their career because they don't have anyone else that will support them and watch their stuff. This was the same case with EDP, where people really liked him and like they just found him funny in general. And people just saw him as a guy that couldn't do anything wrong, which is a really common perspective of like other YouTubers that eventually turn out to like do some really heinous shit, like grooming children. Because when the original video came out of him getting caught in a sting operation, it was just monumental. Some people were actually shocked by this, while others were like just laughing at him because he seemed so dopey, looking like an actual cartoon character with like how goofy he sounded. I don't even have to mention like the iconic like cupcake catchphrase that has become like the branding to him like a cow, like always following him wherever he goes. It even returned as a joke where Gideon was wearing like a cupcake costume when he first caught him. And I really found this video funny because this moment was made possible by another friend who was there to like interrogate him, Skinny Gene, who has his own channel that makes this kind of content where he sets up like interaction with predators so you can catch them in public and then like interrogate them. And this was the same scenario with EDP where they both confronted him, except Gene was kind of playing like the serious role, like wearing a suit and having like a copy of like all the chat logs that he had, while Gideon was kind of like the comic relief just standing there with like a huge grin on his face. The clip that sparked this was a segment of like his future video he's working on, and even though it is very short and doesn't like have a lot, I still want to show it because I feel like it's gonna like reveal a lot of what like the video is gonna look like in the future.
You know, this is not a fucking joke, man.
I'm just seldom at a loss for words. You know, 2 years ago you were caught
Kiss my ass,
in
man.
4K trying to meet a 13-year-old. And
Really?
I'm not talking to you, he's talking to
Really,
you.
my nigga, this is bullshit, man, that y'all pulling right now?
In streams with Gideon and Gene, they both said they're planning on releasing the video in like a few weeks around September because they still have some like behind the scenes work they have to settle with the police so they can get like EDP arrested. This all started like quite a while back ago in a Discord server group they both made that EDP was somehow in. But then later on he found a 15-year-old there and he went into her bio to find her on Instagram and started DMing her. He started talking sexually with her and then the girl told Gideon telling him like how weird he was acting, which kickstarted this whole process of like trying to like set him up and get him arrested. The little fact that this all happened on Discord where like every other single like grooming story happened as well. It also goes hand in hand on like how like cartoony like EDP is in general. But during this process, both Gideon and Gene were like gathering evidence to show the police that he was an actual groomer. So that when he was arrested, he would go to jail as opposed to like being found innocent due to like the lack of evidence. This was a similar case in the past where he first like got caught trying to make a child. Because even though there was a video of it, there wasn't enough evidence prepared beforehand to show the police so they would actually arrest him. Which is why there was this weird period of time where like he wasn't saying anything, but there was also like no news of him being arrested, so like it was just very clear like he was just staying quiet. But what makes me happy is the fact like Gene is a part of this, because he is like well experienced with like catching predators and like working with the police to get them arrested, as opposed to like other like Chris Hansen kind of like channels. Well, even though like they set up like sting operations, they don't really take the like the extra step or extra measure to make sure the police can do something about it. This is the case most of the time, where like these videos do really well because everyone likes watching like these awful human beings getting caught, and to some extent, it does help people like find out about like potential predators they know in person. But it's very rare that after the video ends, the predator is actually arrested because it's easy to like set up a decoy and like catch someone, but it's much harder to like torture the police beforehand and make sure like everything's ready for them to like make an arrest. Which is why I respect Skeeter Gene for like working with like law enforcement instead of like focusing on like making popular videos where like he just catches predators. He's even made videos before in the past with Gideon, but of course with him it's more comedy based, where like it's more like Chris Hansen where they even like go to the kitchen to like set it up.
Hey Siri, how do you say you're fucked in Spanish?
In Spanish, you're fucked is estás jodido.
Do you understand that?
But at the end of the day, they both take these things very seriously. Because when they found out about EDP doing this kind of shit, Gideon was like willing to like take as much time as possible to like execute this perfectly. Even after he recorded and edited the video, he still hasn't released it because he still has some work left to do with the police like in preparation. But they both want to make sure like everything is set in place. If we went ahead and like released the video when it was done, it would have been a mess to like get EDP arrested, and they could have like potentially led to like the same scenario as last time, where he got away with like the police doing nothing. The reason why Gideon like showed the clip of his video is because the 15-year-old from Discord came out to like talk about his experience, and he wanted to prove that it was real and that EDP was like grooming a child again. And that short clip was like enough to like catch everyone's attention. That's all the information I have for this event, but there was some recent stuff that happened I want to talk about. It's of course not as big, but Gideon actually got on a Discord call with EDP. By some luck, his friend got a call with him where they were just talking like kind of like an interview, and his friend like invited Gideon to like listen to him. At first he had his camera off, but he was like still talking to him like his normal voice, and I have no idea how like he didn't recognize him, especially when he already met him. I guess he saw like this call was like meant to like let him defend himself, like amidst his recent drama, and like since the video wasn't released yet, he wanted to like take this time to like soften the blow of when it would come out. But Gideon could not contain himself, just turned on his camera, and EDP had like the most blank stare I've ever seen in my life, followed by him just leaving.
Chat, you're about to be part of history. I love you, Jesus.
Oh, there he is.
Yo, other guys.
Yo, what up? What's your question, man?
Yeah, man. So is the allegations true, bro? Like, I'm just really trying to figure out.
Lawyer.
Lawyer?
Wait, do you actually have a lawyer working on the process and shit?
I don't say shit. Lawyer.
Yeah, because you're gonna be like riding on yourself, you know. You can't be snitching on yourself.
Real G's move in silence like lasagna.
But like I feel like people are just trying to set you up at this point. Like I don't know like what's going on, but like it doesn't even seem real at this point. You know what I mean?
They are.
Did you piss somebody off to like set them up like that? Because like, why would somebody want to set you up? Like they gotta have some personal beef with you.
Well, something you have to understand, and I've been, I'm not trying to come off as condescending, so I apologize. This is something that I've told people this shit way, like about a few years ago.
You want to make the reveal?
See,
is it time? I can't hear it. Is it time?
When you
chat, do I make the reveal
do
yet?
something, you know what I mean? That's
So,
what it is.
What do you do with that hate?
I mean,
He eats cupcakes. That's what he does. What's up, Brian? Yeah! Remember me, nigga? You're goated! You're fucking goated!
Hey, Dolby, run!
The stream was kind of funny because it was just like a phone call prank where ADP was like talking to him like a normal person, and Gideon didn't even try hard to like change his voice. He even like sucked up to him and he just took it all, where like any other person in this situation could tell like just being fake. But either way, the fact that he was able to get in a call with him and prank him is still mind-blowing to me. I didn't even bring up earlier how he was able to like catch EDP out in public, because even though like most of these scenarios happen with like them setting up a decoy so the predators believe like they're seeing the kid face to face, this one purely happened for him like just paying close attention to him, to the point that they knew that he was going to be at that exact shop at that time, which is why he looks a bit like shocked and awkward. He seems a bit pissed off, but that just makes the whole thing funnier. I don't think there's ever been a YouTuber like EDP when it comes to grooming, simply because of like how funny it is to him getting caught. I don't know what causes this curse for YouTubers to like be caught grooming kids, but it always happens on Discord as well, to the point like you always hear those two things together when it comes to a story of someone getting caught. Now like I said before, both Gideon and Gideon have said like it's gonna come out in September, so I am excited to watch it. It'll be really fun to see him like just standing there between the two guys, with him having no escape or like being able to like deny anything, because they have like the actual chat logs printed out with them. But it's also be around the same time that isn't up to like the legal case or like him getting arrested, since by then they'll probably be done for like giving all the information they have to the police. So hopefully this time he does get arrested, because like this is like the perfect scenario for like the police to get involved, since they already have like all the information they need, compared to last time when he basically got away and it was awful to see because like he's still a piece of shit, which is why Gideon and Gene, with like a bunch of other people as well, took this much time to like set it up. And I don't imagine this process was like short or easy to do, but in a recent stream that Gideon had, you really see like how happy he is that like he's getting this much attention from the story, and I don't blame him, because he just hates EDP and just wants to get him arrested. As of right now, it'll only be a few weeks before the video gets released in September, and to be honest, it'll probably be like the most talked about topic on the internet, with the amount of people who want to see like what happens after in terms of EDP going to jail. But that's all I really have to say. So hopefully you guys a video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.